Hey, friends, welcome to our weekly investment tip. I'm excited for what you get to learn because one, you get to learn something amazing and you get it to learn from somebody amazing. I want you to meet Doug. Come on in, Doug. Meet Doug, an amazing guy, an amazing lender.
Thanks,
You're the
Sean.
money guy,
Wow. Thank you.
right? You
Yeah,
are the money
I am the
guy.
money guy.
He's the money guy, right?
Yeah,
So, who better to talk to about investing than the money guy?
that's right.
So, from the money guy, you see people's tax returns,
Mhm.
you see people's investments,
Right.
which obviously help them get homes or
Sure does.
maybe doesn't help them get homes, depending upon what it is. So, what over your years, you're like 29, right?
29 to 56, something like
Okay,
that.
something like that,
Yeah.
maybe on the later.
Yeah.
So, in your 56 of years of knowledge, I want you to have the mic.
Okay.
What kind of advice would you
Hmm.
give to the folks that I know?
Well, investment tip. I guess I would probably think back to one of the early ones that I learned, especially for young people. Warren Buffett once said, I listened to a speech of his, a talk of his, and he said, the first $10,000 of any young investor's money should go into the Vanguard Index 500 fund. It's a great performing fund. It's tried and tested and proven, and it has one of the lowest expense costs of any fund out there. So that's what I would say.
That is gold.
Yeah.
All right, so stick around for a moment because I want to share with you how you can get to that 10,000 if you're not even sure. All right?
All right. Thanks,
Thanks,
Sean.
man. So Doug talked about the Vanguard 500 Index Fund. This is a great fund. Historically, you'll see 10% returns over time, and it's a mutual fund. And really, what is special about this mutual fund is it primarily uses the companies that are in the S&P 500 index, which is really, in a sense, that chooses the top 500 companies. And this mutual fund is automatically investing in those businesses for you. And so that's why it's a safe investment, especially at first. So let's just talk about a little bit about why Warren Buffett would say this. Why does Doug say, hey, for a young person, have one of your first investments be to get $10,000 in that as fast as possible? Well, the reason is because of compound interest, right? The earlier you get that in, and especially if you drip on it a little bit, little by little over time, it's going to grow and you're going to give it time to grow. The whole concept behind compound interest is a hockey stick, right? So you invest a little bit and you don't really see a whole lot of growth. But at some point, it's literally a hockey stick and it just grows so fast. That's why patience is so important. Though I want to talk about one way you may be able to get that first $10,000. And I want to share a story about one of the investors that is investing in our real estate deals, meaning our fix and flip projects, of what he's doing. Now, what we have is, as you know, is we have fix and flip projects. And the way that we fund those is we fund them from you. We fund them from our past clients, our friends, family, folks who want to be able to private investor to be able to guaranteed high return on their money. And so I have a young gentleman who had $50,000 in savings. One, that's awesome, right? And $50,000 in savings, not making very much interest. So what he did was he took that 50,000, he invested it into our real estate projects. He's getting a 10% guaranteed return on that money. That means he gets a check for $416 every single month, and that is basic interest. So he's getting $416 interest check every single month while his money is in that project. But here's what he's doing. He's taking that money and he's investing it into stocks because his goal is to have his first $10,000 into the stocks so that that will just sit there and build. But here's what's neat. He's using real estate investment to get high returns to then reinvest his returns into stocks. What a great way to be able to accomplish this without actually having to spend that first $50,000 that you've saved into investments yet. So that's just one way to really, I think, just capitalize on the idea of compound interest. And so, really, I want to ask you, what kind of money do you have just sitting around that's not working for you? Do you have money that's sitting around that's just staying there and it's simply an emergency fund? We all need emergency funds. I believe in those. Though, how much is it? Could you potentially invest that into a short term investment where you can easily get it back out, which is key if you need it? But have you thought outside of the box to make sure that all of the money that you have worked hard for is actually working for you? So take Doug's advice, be intentional. If you're a parent and you have kids, think about how you're giving advice to your kids to invest early and to how to invest. So take this just as one example. Hey, go get that first $10,000 into the Vanguard 500 index fund. That's going to set you up for long term success. And of course, quickly invest in real estate because you and I know how the returns are even greater. But we do believe in diversification. All right. I hope this was helpful for you. Make sure you let me know if you have questions. You want to talk to Doug? Hey, cool, right? He's a great guy. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.